Take your CJ7 all the way to 11. Jeepin' with Cool Guy.
Guess what? Another episode of Jeepin' with Cool Guy. What's next on the list? Well, we took this out of the Jeep body when we took the dash panel off. See previous video on how to do that so that we could get the window hinges off and all that other fun stuff and the wiring. And now that I've taken it out, we need to take it apart piece by piece because we're going to refurbish everything on here. One thing to note that I found kind of interesting, I had an extra CJ7 steering column, and looking at them, lining them up, trying to see which one I wanted to keep, I believe that they're both for a manual transmission, but this one happens to be a whole 1.5 inches shorter. I don't understand that. Aftermarket steering wheel, perfectly fine. We'll probably replace it with an original, but it still comes off the same. Pop off the cap, take apart the spring pieces. Need to remove these 3. I don't know what the original looks like, so take this for what it's worth. I also know that a lot of people have these aftermarket steering wheels, so this might actually pertain to what you're trying to do. Here's the main steering shaft nut. This is the main steering shaft. This runs all the way through. It's a nice big long metal piece. Take this off, and the steering wheel should come right off easily enough. Nut, washer, steering wheel. The reason I'm being so careful with this is because through this cap, this is your horn, and on the back side of this is a very small spring that fits into there, that fits right into this white tube right in there. So that way, whenever you push on it, it pushes this thing in and it makes contact. Make sure you keep track of all this stuff. Next, we need to take off the steering column knuckle. You might have to wedge this off a little bit, but it can come off just by your hand. Super close-up time. Right in here, there's a couple teeth and another couple teeth that I think are part of the metal ring that sits right here. So all you need to do is just take a small thin screwdriver, and you just need to pop that out up over that teeth. You do that there, and then you do it down here. And there you go. Next, this is really kind of hard to do. This plate is held in by a very small lock ring. Steering wheel puller is to be able to press this in because there's a spring in there that holds it in place. And you can't do it by yourself with the steering column in the car. But if you do have it out like we do, you can push it down on the ground and wedge it out with a small screwdriver. It's difficult to do. Once you get that out, then you simply take off the lock plate. These are the teeth that engage with the ignition so that your steering wheel locks when the car or the key is not in the ignition. It's not a bad idea to take off the hazard piece, and this is a very simple screw out, just so you don't break this off when you're taking the whole piece apart. That's pretty much about it. Set that aside, and then we just need a screwdriver or a Phillips head to take out this steering signal lever. Next, you need to pull out the horn spring. This is plastic with a little metal support ring underneath it, but be very careful, and it's just a matter of just lightly pulling it off. There you go. This looks like it goes either way, not a big deal there. Now we need to get in and take out the screws that hold in your signal mechanism. 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully this whole thing will come out nice and easy. As you can see, the whole signal mechanism will easily come out. Once you release the wiring harness and you've disconnected it from this bracket, you wedge this up underneath here and you can pull it through the cavity. Make sure you get everything nice and lined up.